what's going on, guys? It's David here from Genzio. I'm here with Luis of Proper. Luis, man, how's it going?
Doing very good. Thanks so much for having me.
I'd love for you to kind of give us an introduction as to what is Proper, and yeah, for those who don't know.
Yeah. Um, well, we are, I guess, a new ecosystem in the prop trading space. Um, the prop trading space is plagued with a lack of transparency, and we're using on-chain systems to make prop trading a lot more efficient. So we make prop trading on-chain based on Hyperliquid. We'll be on Poly Markets too, and we'll also build something that's similar to Hyperliquid with builder codes so that any app can integrate with our technology. For example, we've integrated with one of the largest order flow tool in crypto that's called mmt.gg, and you can trade with fund capital straight from this terminal. And I think that's like one of the first prop firm ecosystem to achieve this stuff.
Okay, man. But first, before we get into your explanation, let's talk a little bit about your background and how you ended up building Proper. What got you to this stage?
Yeah, background is in financial engineering. Then I was a quant at Credit Suisse and did a whole bunch of quant stuff in crypto too. Was super early to Hyperliquids and overall just been trading perps since like 2022 with a pretty good track record. And yeah, so to me, it was like a heavy background in trading and finance and quant and risk management. But I saw an opportunity in the prop trading space where just the timing is so perfect. There is this lacking of innovation in the prop trading space, and I think Hyperliquid is building something that's very new, and we're doing our best to leverage this stuff.
Okay, awesome. And now, were you someone also, even from a young age, interested in trading? Like, when did that spark?
No, not. I would say not specifically. What sparked my interest is really crypto initially. I came into crypto in 2017, but really I would say as an active participant in the 2020, 2021 bull run. And that started with DeFi, and that's where I had a bit more capital in hand, and that's where I guess stakes were higher. And I actually started in crypto with let's say the meme coin mania back in 2021. That was all on Ethereum, and then I just got deeper into the rabbit hole, and then got to know about perps, and then I would say got lucky initially with like an insane performance with not the best risk management initially.
Yeah.
But then I just got a lot better at it, and changed so many things, I guess, financially about me. But then at heart, I'm a builder. As in, trading for a living is not something I'm inspired to do.
Yeah.
I think analyzing markets is interesting, but to me, there is a bit more to life than just trading markets.
Yeah.
It's a zero-sum game, so you're not actually creating value. And what we're trying to do with Proper is to, change the whole concept of prop trading and just make it a lot more fair to traders. And to me, that's a lot more value adds than just trading personally.
Into it. Now, for anybody new to this, what is prop trading and why is this industry so distrusted?
It's the ability to scale your capital.
Yep.
Concretely, how it works is, let's say you want to have access to 100K of capital, you will take an evaluation. If you pass this evaluation, you'll get access to the 100K of capital, and then be able to trade with that capital. It's specifically relevant for the people that do not have access to a lot of capital. For example, a 100K account would go on our platform for about $1,000, which concretely means that if you pass the evaluation with $1,000, you have the purchasing power of someone that has 100,000.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have to have very good risk management, but it's a way in which you can multiply your capital. Obviously, you have risk limits in place, so it's not just 100K that you have the custody of, but it's a way in which if you're a good trader with a natural edge and you're good in the markets, you can go from like $1,000 of capital to like 100K or million of capital.
Okay, okay. And now I like that you mentioned risk management. There are a few things that play, key factors in, a person when they are, prop trading. What are some of those other things included aside from risk management?
Yeah, we're super simple as a firm, and we only have two rules, and those two rules are only tied to risk. Obviously, we have things that are like do hedging cross accounts, things that are, I would say, illegal.
Yep.
But as far as you passing the evaluation, the only thing you have to stick to is two simple risk management rules, which are tied to your max drawdown and daily drawdown.
Excellent.
What we want to do fundamentally is to back traders that um, are not only able to get a good performance, but a good performance over the risk that they take. And that's typically determined by the Sharpe ratio of a trader. But as far as rules are concerned, like we are super favorable to traders. We do not have position caps,
Yeah.
consistency rules, or things that are sometimes going a bit against the trader.
Okay. Okay. And now, why did you decide to build proper rather than just keep trading?
Yeah, I think it's looking pragmatically at my skill sets and looking at the opportunity, and I think it was just the right fit, the right time, and I'm not like passionate about prop trading. I actually don't like prop trading.
Really?
I think, I mean, just the way it's done today, where I I think if you're trying to rebuild financial primitives, you have to be transparent, and the whole industry is not trusted today because you have firms that act recklessly, that do not practice good risk management. And I just saw there an insane opportunity where you have prop indexes that are rising. You have a ton of on-chain actors
Mhm.
that are popping up, like poly markets, where we can list new assets. And then I think blockchain is most useful to make businesses more efficient. And that's exactly what we tap into. And concretely, that means the way, for example, we hedge the firm's positions
Yeah.
is done for the first time on chain. I think we're the only firm to do it today. And this gives guarantees to traders that the firm is solvent and that the firm at its core knows how to manage its book, which gives them guarantees that they will be able to issue payouts and just offer good trading environments for traders. Yeah, it's I think to us, you have a lot of firms that do not want traders to win,
Yeah.
and they would only bank on traders failing evaluations and try and make it as hard as possible for them to pass the evaluation. For us, we take the view that the flows of traders, we can actually monetize the flow of traders, um, not in the sense of lighter, of Robin Hood, but that's something that we've done successfully in the last few days and weeks, where as a firm, the payouts that we've issued to our traders have been offset by the performance of the best traders on the platform that we take trading signals from and we deploy to the markets. And that's something that not a lot of firms are doing, which means that we are able to offer a pricing that's, I guess, medium to high, but we have insanely good trading environments. We list every new asset that's on Hyperliquid. You can trade with high leverage cryptos, stocks, indexes, commodities, even FX, all in the same environment. And the same will happen to poly markets too.
What does on-chain transparency actually mean at Proper day to day? and why is it an advantage rather than a risk?
Yeah, so these are things like crypto payments,
Yeah.
all done on chain. Then you have the payouts that are also done on chain. But I think the most important part of our infrastructure is the hedging that's done on chain. Because the hedging is basically how much exposure are we taking as a firm from our traders, and do we have the capital to, sufficient capital to back the traders. And the fact you can see the amounts on Hyperliquid and you can see our positions, I think is very reassuring to traders. So we have a whole roadmap to going more and more on chain.
Mm-hmm.
Today, for example, the way a prop firm works is in the first instance, you have a simulated environment. So you have, we basically rebuilt an exchange that's built on Hyperliquid's price feed. But this is not running on chain. The simulated environment is still running in a Web2 backend. And progressively over time, we'll move these components to on chain. And that means you'll be able to inspect everything about the trader and the state of the trades. It's just not been a focus initially because we first need to create good distribution, good traction, which we fortunately had in the last few weeks. So we're now building towards this.
Okay. And now what's coming next for Proper on the product side?
Well, we've been live for a quarter. So many things got added to the platform. We're shipping new features almost every day.
Yeah.
Including weekends. But the things that structurally will make the experience a lot better. One is we have a deep focus on integrations. We are the view that every financial app will offer prop trading, and that Proper is going to be the main backend behind this.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a lot of work to make those integrations a lot more seamless. Then we have Poly Markets. It's not something that we've launched just yet, but we actually have the integration on our beta environments that's live today, and we are one of the few actors that support this, and we'll have the best rules in the markets to support Poly Markets. Then we'll have all of the spot assets of crypto, and that means meme coins too, and that's going to be, I think, an insane change to the way people trade.
Yeah.
You'll be able to essentially almost add leverage on top of meme coins, which I understand is risky, but is offering opportunities to aspiring traders to deploy more capital. So I think these are the new market additions that we are excited about in the short term. And then the main focus today is on integrations. So making sure we ship more integrations and that any kind of app, whether that's a mobile app, a trading terminal, AI agents can trade through our system. It's actually not something we've discussed here, but the fact that our ecosystem is composable and that we have an API that anyone can access makes it so that we have agents running on top of our infrastructure.
Yeah.
And that's the first time that an agent can get funded. All of the other prop firms are built on legacy software and do not offer API accesses, which then unlocks a huge market for us. I make it short there, but when let's say you have a good strategy with your agents or your ClueBot or whichever LLM you use, you don't want to put 1,000, like let's say 100,000 at risk. You would much rather pay an evaluation like 1,000 and eventually get access to 100,000 later on. And we see pass rates and we see performance of agents be better than humans, which lead us to believe that the true market fit of our infrastructure is going to be more towards agents than actual human traders.
Okay. Yeah. And so I got to ask now as well, what's your take on prediction markets? You know, what are you thinking about that?
I think it's grown tremendously, um, mainly because of you had the World Cup recently, and then you had um, Trump.
Yeah.
I think everyone's trying to. The big trend is that everything is trying to be financialized, um, and we see it with meme coins. Meme coins at the end of the day is just trading attention.
Yeah.
Um, but I think it's just true form of trading attention is prediction markets, and I think it's just natural path of where the younger generation is headed towards, which is trying to over financialize everything, and the infrastructure of prediction market opens up for essentially anything can be traded because you have binary outcomes. And my view is it's just a natural evolution. And then you had large VCs got super interested
Yeah.
in that new category. And then, as you understand, like more money we pour in, the more KOLs and influencers we get in, and then you have this flywheel that starts. And that's my take on it. I think it's got some lasting power. Um, I think it unlocks new paradigms for some firms, maybe around hedging as one of the largest use case.
Hmm.
If you're like a farmer and you want to hedge your yields,
Yeah.
you might want to buy protection over the weather of certain areas. And I think this is something that this is a product that is going to be used more and more by institutions
Yeah.
and not just retail. Yeah, I think it's the just people want to trade more exotic stuff, and I
Yeah.
think sometimes, especially in markets, it's a if we take our case, let's say we have um, a big interest rate decision that comes in, um, and then you have people that bet against these interest rate decisions. Um, and if you're not a sophisticated actor and you do not understand price movement so much, but you have a strict view that interest rate must go up, then you can like this part is super simple to use. You do not have to understand options, and I feel like this opens up a new addressable market for those products.
Yeah.
Um, like someone would not be able to express a view that rates will go down
Yeah.
specifically through like bonds or just indexes or FX, but they would just click a button on like this is odds of going up is like 50%
Yeah.
also. And the only issue today of prediction market, but that comes with scale, is liquidity
Hmm.
around specific events. But we're pretty close to the markets now, and we have a lot of prime brokers that are underwriting risks and creating new markets on those venues, which I think is a true unlock to scaling the platform.
100%, man. And now proper I like that name a lot. Where did you get inspired that with that?
And I was talking about the idea of proper to James, our CTO and co-founder, and I was like, hey man, you have a name for what we're trying to build, and it just came up with proper, and I think it just sounded just right,
Yeah.
and that's basically the whole story. I think the story of building proper, we started on the 1st of February of this year, and we launched the product like in 2 months and a half after. So, or like our number one thing was like we want to go to market fast,
Yeah.
and we, if we have to fail, we'll fail fast.
Some advice for somebody new in prop trading.
Yeah, it's a and that's a similar advice to trading, but it's whenever you put on a trade, you should not think about how much you would win, but rather how much you should lose. Um, there is no good trader all the time that's not exceptional risk managers. And I would say if you want to get into prop trading specifically because you have some risk rules, like max drawdown, daily drawdown, you have to be very good at risk management,
Yeah.
and that's how you win in prop trading. And prop trading to me is a very good education to go into the real markets. As if you're a good prop trader, you should, in theory, be a good trader with your own book. But really, is things of trade from a risk perspective, and then you'll get better. Obviously, then you have to develop your edge, understand like which market you want to trade, and just how you trade, whether that's scalping or swing trading. And that's, I would say, a lot of trial and errors. The good thing about prop trading is that the thing that you're losing is your evaluation fee, and not more than this. So you have risk management that's baked in. You cannot blow up your whole account.
Awesome, man. And now also for a young builder and founder like yourself, anybody looking at you, what could you tell them?
I think it's just be very humble. That the people that you see usually succeed have failed a ton in the past.
Yep.
Personally, and I'm 29 now, and I've created my first company
Same.
at age 17.
Wow.
What you see, like the actions that you see underneath, you have a lot of pain, a lot of failure, and just so many learnings along the way. And I would say you have to be humble, and you have to really want to appreciate the journey and not seek a specific outcome. If you're building just because you want to get rich, or you aspire to be like someone else, I think it's a pretty dangerous path.
Yeah.
I think we need to be ready to chew a lot of glass, and most days are pretty difficult. And even the Proper, we've generated 1.4 million revenue in a quarter. I think EBITDA is close to $1 million, so it's like $1 million in cash that we have in excess to that. But the odds of succeeding in a startup or a new venture are insanely slim.
Yeah.
So the gravity is pulling you down, and you have to keep going. And I think the last piece of advice would probably be to surround yourself with people that have the same mindsets, because the path is so tough.
Yeah.
Like when and at some point you have like an opportunity cost, and then you'll have to give up things to eventually succeed on your venture. And getting people to support you when times are pretty dark, I think is coming back to what I was saying, is you have to be humble that sometimes your success is not just your own actions, but also people supporting you along the way, whether that's just friends, a partner, family, or things of the sort.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, man. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you as well as talking to you. For our viewers that want to, get involved with Proper as well as stay up to date with you, where can they follow you as well as Proper?
Yeah, on X you can search for ProprXYZ, and I think a couple of my posts should pop up, so you should find my Twitter profile there too.
Yep.
And then our Discord is just Proper is the link. Discord.com/invite/proper, and then you can just join our community. And website is proper.xyz, and I would invite you to look at our transparency dashboard to see. And I think for a prop trader, you look at this and you're like, okay, these guys are very different, because we're showing data that no one else is showing in the industry.
Yeah.
And hopefully that speaks volume as to how we operate.
Lewis, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you very much.
Well, thanks, David.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Gensio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a house.
How do you know you do not understand?
that we need more of.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Rebecca at the Gen Zero Media House.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us today.